we are very spoiled to an extent where we are entitled. Young Malaysians are entitled that the government should provide cheap houses. The government should take care of my welfare while I travel to Tokyo, while I travel to Hawaii, YOLO my life, right?
Yeah.
Sorry, life doesn't work that way.
Hello everyone and welcome to the CxO Real Talk, where we get real with C-levels, entrepreneurs, marketers and more. I'm Aisha, your host for today, and I'm proud to present to you Sean. We have Sean here. He is a very famous content creator with 86,000 subscribers and almost 1,000 videos on property. He does everything property. He goes from property reviews, Q&A, podcasts, basically anything you need to know about property. You can just go to his channel and find out.
Google me.
Yes, Google him. Okay, so before we begin, Sean, maybe you would like to introduce yourself to our audience and listeners.
Hi, my name is Sean. The channel's name is called iherng, iherng, and you can find it in multiple platforms. Mainly talking about my passion, properties, real estate, and I've been doing this like 13 years already.
Wow. That's a long
Not as a podcaster, but
okay.
as a so I've been in this industry for very long already, although I still look young, don't be deceived. But the weirdest thing is I started really young. My first property was 22.
That's young.
Yeah. So because of that, then I get to experience the benefit of investing early. That's why it's very shocking to me to see why people 30 years old, 40 years old still doubting about investment. So that's why I started the channel lah.
Very lucky to start young. Okay, so let's begin with the very first thing that I want to ask you. I'm pretty sure since you do all these interviews also, this is a very common question. So you're the real estate guy, right? So what made you realize you wanted to pursue real estate? How did you start at the age?
The cool story is when I was adopted, not adopted. I was adopted temporarily in my aunt's place because I stay in Taman Sri Banjai. If you all know Taman Sri Muda, it always flood on. Every year got flood one.
Okay.
So it was that time it was very bad. It was flooding up to first story gone.
Wow.
So the whole family was staying second story.
Then how you get down?
Then we sit boat lor.
Oh.
Yeah, so we went out. Then I stayed with my aunt for a while. Then my aunt is this crazy investor also. So I was attached with her. Then sooner or later we got closer, and I started working in her tuition center. Then
Tuition center, as in for
Kumon.
property. Oh, Kumon. Okay.
Kumon. So I was teaching English and math. So she will always lie to me using chicken rice as the excuse to bluff me out.
Chicken rice?
Then we will drive into the Sungai Buloh factory areas, and she will ask me to go down and ask money from the tenants.
Oh.
So imagine you driving a 14, 15-year-old kid. You turun, go down, go and get the money. Then I'm like,
Errand boy.
yeah, so like, okay, go there, then, uncle, for money. Then they will just give me a check. And we do this like month in, month out, until I got really curious. Like, why are they paying you money?
You didn't know what you were doing.
I was just there for food. Then
You do this, you get chicken rice.
yeah, so she was just like, oh, they're paying for space. And that stuck for very long. Until so today, I still am very close with her. I had dinner with her last week. She entirely forgot this story. I think she's just like some stupid excuse, right? Yeah, you diam lah. Right? They just pay for space lah. Then only when I was in college, then I realized that a lot of people who do not pay rent before have absolutely no clue about the demand and supply for space.
I see.
You will never know that, hey, a small bedroom in KL now is 500. If fully furnished, 1,200. With toilet, 1,300. All this kind of thing. But if we stay within our family's roof throughout our life, right, we will never understand why people would pay rent.
Yes.
So that's how I actually got started.
As an errand boy for your aunt.
So my passion for space then developed. Now I see things in 3 dimensions. Of course, we see things in 3 dimensions, but I will see the floor, wall, ceiling, openings here, solid, void. Or this one, what's the color here? What's the color here? That's my brain entirely works like that. That's why I pursue my degree in architecture.
Oh, so your whole perspective changed basically. After that. Okay. So, and then I read right on your website that you decided to focus on younger Malaysians.
Yep.
So I want to know, what was your turning point to actually focus on this demographic?
Partly because I got no friends. Because I still remember during study days, everyone was studying architectural magazines. They want to create the biggest building, the best looking building, whatever, right? I was looking at personal money. I was reading stock market, I was reading rental, how to generate income, what is RBGT, and this kind of thing. So that created this gap between me and my peers. When we reach 24, 25, everyone starts working already. Everyone starts calling me. "Oh, you free this weekend? We go see house." Then I've seen one same project for 7 times, but 6 different friends lah. And then only I realized, everybody at that stage, when they want to buy a house, is only for marriage. Oh, getting married bro. I want to buy a house. So because of that, I realized the question that they ask is absolutely ridiculous to me. Bro, what's this leaseholding? Hey bro, you're 25 leh. Never mind. I don't judge, right? I'm here to help. Bro, why price per square feet in one project or so many? Like,
All these simple questions.
well, like, what are you asking? So this, and that made me realize that these conversations of property investment especially is highly reliant on the family's upbringing. If it has not been a dinner table conversation all this while, a young teen will never be exposed to it.
True. If they don't talk about it, then they wouldn't know until they actually want to buy a house.
Yeah. And when they want to buy a house, it's like 28.
Yeah.
And the conversations then revolves around dream home. When you get married, lovey, right?
Yeah.
We must build the best home for our upcoming family. Buy things that we cannot afford. So that get me very crazy about it. But that kind of started the whole thing. So we go back to real basic. So like, freehold, leasehold, then what's apartment, what's condo, what's terrace, what's landed. And 5 years later, 1,000 videos later, right? I don't think I covered anything. That's the crazy part.
But your videos are very informative though. I was watching them.
Yeah. Thank you for watching. But then I'm like switching up different formats to convey the same message. But just that the public still, when you are not aware of this market entirely, unfortunately you will not be.
That's true. Okay, so let's move on to your influencer title, your influencer journey, right? So you have a very big following. Your Instagram, your TikTok, your YouTube channel all have very big following. So I want to know, what is your most memorable experience or maybe happiest achievement you've gotten in this influencer journey?
It allowed me to understand this phrase called Ikigai.
Ikigai?
Ikigai is the Japanese term where basically you are doing things you love while getting paid, being paid for it.
That's the dream.
Yeah, because when we come out, a lot of us are just being taught that work is for money. Then we use that money to buy back happiness.
Yes.
Then it's like a never-ending cycle.
Yes.
Right? But never I would have thought that by doing things that I love, people will appreciate, and there will be people who are willing to pay to see me do what I love doing. And suddenly when I wake up, like just now off cam, I'm doing this every day.
Yeah.
And like, how people, you're not tired, man? Can see one, right? So that allowed me to understand this, and it also allowed me to understand what Tony Robbins say: giving is the ultimate happiness.
So you mentioned just now that you did everything for free, right?
Yep.
So I'm pretty sure that helps a lot of people, especially when they're looking for property, and it's a very good thing that you're doing actually. Okay, so now after that, so what is your responsibilities you feel that you come with your influencer status? What do you feel that you are responsible?
Responsible or not? Because since it's free, it freed me of it. Like, imagine, just play in a different dimension that Sean is charging money for whatever I do. Okay? then I will be liable to whatever decisions people are making. Then I might not be able to sleep.
True.
Because unfortunately, the industry still revolves around the commission, right? And the how commission works is the suckier the project, the higher the commission. So if you can make people buy, then you get the biggest return, right? But unfortunately, that's not my mode at all. That's why proudly until today, I have no obligations to any of my audiences. And I think that's what made people follow me. Because whether you buy or not, I don't really care. Yeah. So you buy or not, it's best that you don't buy, so I get to buy whatever I want. It's the worst thing is like we become competitors, we want to fight for the same project. So, and that is something very different, I think, what I'm doing compared to the others. Now, whatever I do, like for this one is free, everything is free. And it's still sad to see that people fall victim into all these schemes online, right? Get rich quick schemes. Or you buy this, confirm make money. So many confirm, right? The initial thought when I started this is how I wish when I was investing early at 22, 23, there was someone else online doing all this. And that is when I discovered that no one wants to share the secret.
You were one of the first few.
Like, why would an uncle with 25 properties tell you, a stranger, to buy more? Why don't I just buy myself? And the nature of property is everything is finite. There's only 300 units. Finish. Right? If you get one, congratulations. And the second nature is also when property is one thing that most of us will only buy once in our entire life.
True.
So why make you intelligent? Right? Then the narrative revolves around that again from the family dynamics. When you have one uncle or auntie made the wrong decision, that will become the belief system of the entire family.
Yeah, that's right.
So when it's negative, good luck the whole family, all don't need to invest really. And that makes it loops out lah. So then when I say also, when I got no friends, right? I mean my peers, at my age, I have a lot of friends at 50s, 60s now. A lot of people talking to me about, hey, I got now 80 properties.
That's a lot.
I don't know what to do with them. I'm like, is that a problem? But to them is. Because they have a different set of problem, meaning when they sell, there will be RBGTs. And now RBGTs is nothing to them actually, but the government imply income tax on them. And then when they pass over to their children, what would be the best way of doing it? Yeah, so that's the whole different set of problem. At the same time, young people are struggling to buy in the same world. So when we come into this world, we listen, oh, property too expensive. You are correct. Property is a good investment vehicle. You are also correct. So it's your mind where how you play things. Are you a victim or are you in abundant state, right? And for me, I hope that I can be another extra voice for youngsters. So like, hey, you make your own call. If you don't want to invest, it's fine. Don't complain later.
True. I mean, like, it's not like for your videos, right? It's not like they're paying you, so whatever that you give is just as an advice. It's not like they have to follow, right? Okay, so when you're talking about these young Malaysians just now, so what is the most common problem that the younger Malaysians face when you see it comes to property?
The nature of priorities. So what I mean is, when you first come out from your work, right, what's the main thing that you will do? Get a car, get a phone, get a place, then you got extra money, get dressed up, so you can compete in the corporate world. Sooner or later, then vacation becomes a must because it's stress. Then there will always be other reasons for your money lah, besides the property lah. Then when you only want to, you will like, oh, now I need to buy a house, right? It's 800,000 in the place that I want, right? Then when people say, hey, everything is expensive, yes, there's 300,000 options, but it's very far away. Then suddenly like, oh no, why? Or why then they start complaining?
Yeah, that's true, because all the most affordable houses are usually like in places where there's nothing much.
Not really. That's not true.
Yeah, but
Yeah, that's not true. Meaning there's a lot around. But again, like, why must they fall into your hands? So sometimes as a Malaysian, we are very spoiled to an extent where we are entitled. Young Malaysians are entitled that the government should provide cheap houses. The government should take care of my welfare while I travel to Tokyo, while I travel to Hawaii, YOLO my life, right?
Yeah.
Sorry, life doesn't work that way. But the reality is when people comes to that stage, then only the regret kicks in. Is it too late still? No. Then that's why part of my proud moments of the channel is when I have audiences who followed me since they were in uni. So when they come out, they get a second-hand old car, save up everything. By the time they graduate, they have the down payment ready already for the first house. They merely wait for 6 months pay slip and they buy. So after they buy, they rent out. By 28, they have 3 properties ready. Then so part of my channel is the cool part is I invite my audiences to share their story, and it's like listening to myself speaking. And it's very cool. So by 28 they got 3, by 24 4. They have a separate problem is I ask them to chill, cool down, live life a little bit. I tell them to go have a vacation. Because to me, I don't like vacation at all.
why?
I think it's a waste of time.
So you don't travel.
I don't travel with enjoyment in mind, with escapism in mind, because I got nothing to escape from.
You're living your dream already.
Yes. So if you are taking me away from my work that I love, it's struggling to me. So what I did, like last weekend, I was in a 5-star resort. I booked a room. I mistakenly booked, so it's like 1,008 a night. My kid loved it. My wife loved it. I didn't even touch the bed. I go there. Okay, this is my desk. You guys go enjoy the swimming pool, whatever. I'll see you guys later. I was editing videos. I was posting my YouTube videos on a 5-star resort. But the Wi-Fi good lah.
Wow, just praise the Wi-Fi, nothing else. You book a 1,000.
Yeah, like the chair, I didn't sit. The sofa, couch, whatever. That's to me, like, that's why there's this concept of if you get to find pleasure in what you do daily, isn't that better instead of working from Monday to Friday, then spending whatever you earn on Saturday, Sunday, and start all over again?
Why are you describing me?
And the worst thing is you accumulate into your credit card debts. Right? Every month you short a bit, load it on a credit card, right? Then let's say if that year got no bonus, you carry the debt over again, and it's a never-ending loop.
That's true.
But you are not getting any younger.
Attack.
Yeah.
Attack.
You want me to write it in more?
It's okay. Enough.
But because of that, right, then if you have that awareness early, it's then a stepping stone already. I have a mission to save. So my game plan is like every Malaysian should have 2 to 3 properties in their lifetime. Yeah, it's not that hard though, because if you are surrounded with people without properties, then it's tough. But in my world, that day I met an audience, I also like, wow, you got 120 properties internationally.
That's a lot.
Means the hard fact again, some stats, right? 90% of population owns 10% of assets, of wealth in the world only. It means in this whole company, one boss right up there is richer than the entire company combined.
That's a fact.
So it's then, and it's going to be worse. So the richest are getting richer, the poor are getting poorer. Because like when you start investing in properties, right, the crucial differentiating about us looking at inflation will be different. When you see inflation, you see bread increase price lah, rice increase price lah, sugar increase price, right? To me, like, yay, property also will increase price.
So when I first bought my house, right, I did not have much knowledge about buying a house. As you mentioned lah, like your friends. So when I first saw my house, I was like, oh, it's cheap, it's strategic. Why not? I just get it. No, nothing more, no research done, just done, dive in, get it. So do you actually think that property investment should be something that's like taught in schools? Or
Should they be taught in school?
yeah, it's like,
No.
no.
No. I think you should learn how to save money first. Meaning you need to be, children need to be taught on how to manage money first instead of property. Because property ultimately, it's too diverse in terms of usage. It can be a home, it can be an investment, it can be a trophy just to show off, it can be a tool just to pass down to my kids, right? So ultimately the function or the role of a property to everyone is different. So I would not say like no one needs to know everything about the house one. But money, yes. I do think that we do not have enough conversations revolving around money, death, and sex. So these are taboo.
Yes,
and
taboo.
if we're doing family gatherings, right, try asking how much your uncle make.
Everyone will look at you like,
Yo, why you so rude, huh?
yeah, what are you asking?
Then like, but it's okay for them to flex their cars, which I don't understand.
Yeah.
Right? A classic example of the inner conversation is when, or an uncle drive a new BM. Hey, you see got new car, you know how much or not? You know how much or not? Like, 300,000, then how much you make?
Silence.
Then it becomes weird, right? It becomes
Yeah.
awkward. Then why? So the reality will then be kick in for the kid if they know these uncles are spending way more than their income. They're paying 6,000 monthly installment for the next 9 years, right? They will die one eventually when your income is only 8. Right? So this entire flex culture, it's only applicable when people don't know exactly how much people make. So a lot of people try to fake it to make it. And when you have all this knowledge and information, suddenly there's no need already. So I do not think that it should be taught, but eventually people will need one. That's why the strategy of the channel is to do this as long as I can. And the nature is eventually people will find me. Everyone, all Malaysians eventually will need to buy a house. And and the weirdest thing is this: people only do research after they buy. Right?
Yes.
People try to justify their own purchase.
Yes.
I buy already. Hey, sure, I can make money or not. And let me see how much next door. Shouldn't you have done it before the purchase instead of after the purchase? And by doing this for some time already, and I speak to enough people, right? All this becomes like the habit of Malaysians. We do more research before buying a bag than buying a house. Unfortunately, lah.
Yeah. It's true. Sadly, it's true.
Yeah.
It's true.
So it's like how people like, so it happens to NBA players as well. They know how much is a C or an S class 320, right? They know how much exactly is that car, but they don't know how much tax they need to pay. So in school, we should be learning how to manage finance, how to do tax, what's profit, what's all this kind of thing.
It's definitely important.
Yeah, so I'm actually teaching my kid how to use shillings already. He's 2 years old.
I mean,
So he's like counting shillings. So when he pay for so his favorite food is roti lah now. So it's like pay. So last time 120 roti, now 150 roti. And suddenly not enough. Then he like show me the face. Why it's not enough? Yeah, but eventually you need to be comfortable.
yeah.
And a lot of scams to all these guru schemes, right? Also happens when people have not really been rich before. So if you have not seen 100,000 in your bank account before, suddenly when you buy properties and you have 100,000 in your bank, a Civic feels cheap. Right? Everything starts with, hey, that Hokkaido vacation feels really cheap.
It's just 10,000, you know?
Yeah, I got 100, well, why not, right? So that's the wrong concept to be in. And when people understand more about money, people get comfortable about money, eventually all this will be fixed.
Okay, so you know how people always say, you know, maybe buying and flipping is better than buying new, or you have to be rich to buy a property. So what are your most common misconceptions about property that you hear in general?
Property confirm make money. That's the biggest misconception, and a lot of people don't talk to you with the context of time in mind. So like just now, for example, just now, property flipping. Property flipping, it's a thing for 20 years ago. I was there already, I was around already. And the narration around the market is you don't have to work one, just buy property and sell. You'll make more than your job. But that is when, in a technical term, demand is higher than supply. Not many property developers around. That's why everybody is buying. So there's only so limited, right? That's why property prices go crazy. But when it starts getting balanced, property is not as hot anymore. Then now we are at a state where supply is way higher than demand.
True.
Like in one area, right, there's like 12 launches
Yes.
in a month.
A lot coming up.
Yeah, so,
Can see.
so the good thing is I will never lose a job lah. There's never enough properties to visit. So because of that, a lot of people don't explain to you that one because most of us only buy 1 or 2 properties in their lifetime. So when I buy once already, right, I'm not going to talk to you for the next 20 years. And this kind of things also, the second mistake then, a lot of people don't audit the person giving you advice. You get what I mean?
You don't check them the
Like uncle tell me to buy one.
Oh.
Who is that uncle?
Yeah.
If that uncle bought a shitty property last time before and they tell you this kind and buy,
You want to follow?
yeah, so like this is very weird. Like just because my father says should buy, sorry, but daddy, have you made money before or not?
You should listen to the people who have the knowledge lah.
Yeah, so and a lot of people don't run their audits. They run audits again for everything else but this advice. So mommy said, just buy one next time just in case. Wow, so many money for just in case.
You're buying a house, man.
Yeah, but if you after I start a channel, then I get to mingle around people with wealth. You'll see the conversations around properties will be very, very different. Weekends, most of us go to shopping malls.
Yeah.
For them, weekends they go property visits.
Just casually go every weekend.
Then you go if you go high-end sales galleries, right? Always there's a playpen around one.
For the kids.
Yeah.
Wow.
But if you go to okay market, standard market products, right? It's all packed. More chairs, the more chairs, the better. Right?
You have it arranged and then when you come in.
There's no space for children.
True.
So during weekends, like last time when I was a developer, I noticed that people with wealth check out properties as leisure. Then the conversations will then be, hey, this project you think can buy? Then the more you see, the more you will be immune to all the sales pitch. That leads to the third mistake. A lot of people buy the first property that they visit one. Oh, I think property can buy. I just walk into this gallery. My friend say not bad.
Okay, you know.
Then okay, wow, today only got this promo. Today only got this package. Habis.
Last unit.
Sure, walk out with a booking form. You don't know can loan or not? Try lah. Confirm one can.
I help you confirm get.
Because of all this, then one mistake, right? Let's hope it's the right one. If it's a wrong one, right? There goes 10-15 years just to correct that mistake. Because you want to sell, cannot. You want to buy, cannot. And I think just for the audience sake, right? I think the last mistake for very common among younger crowds. For newlyweds, they buy their dream home as their first property.
Then they're broke.
So the dream home often revolves around a price that you cannot afford. That's why it's only dream.
Yeah.
If you can afford, right, it's not good enough. So must be borderline, both of us cannot afford. But but then you will need to take up the entire installment. We will buy a 1 million Nasi Lemak property, which is aka landed property, in a far location, but I still work in Jalan Tun Razak. So every morning 6 o'clock, you go through the jam. So I just had this thought when I came here. Now, if you have a urgent meeting with the biggest boss in your company at 9 o'clock, what time do you leave the house?
Depends on where you are.
The later you are, the richer you are.
Like that?
So if you stay very far away, suddenly, right, Like my friends leave at 6 just to make sure that they can attend the meeting at 9.
Yeah.
What kind of... If you look into the ways, right, it's like 12 km away only. So that's reality. So like the true wealthy, I don't have to even do the meeting. Right? So why locations have different dynamics in terms of pricing? I can live in landed far away for $1 million. But I want to live in landed in a very connected location, let's say next to KLCC, like maybe Untold, right? Those are like 5 million, 10 million. Now I've got a meeting at 8:30, I can leave. Yeah. So if I say, so why exchange time for a space that you don't need? So that revolves around the fourth mistake still.
Okay.
Yeah, so a lot of people are like, oh, I want 2,000 square feet for what? You barely see the property under sun.
Yeah.
You leave before the sunrise.
Correct.
You come home after the sunset.
You don't even see anything.
Yeah,
It's
I
dark.
never seen the color of my roof before.
Yeah. Just go home, sleep, go out.
Then weekends, right? Suddenly you will curse because you have such a big area to clean. Then you start complaining, why you never help one in the house, huh? You buy so big and then you got a taman, you got a lawn space that's supposed to be well done. All lalang only, every weekend. Go cut grass only. Yeah, so from a analyst point of view, like it's not financially viable at all. Of course, if you have all the money in the world, by all means lah, right? Help the economy a little bit lah.
Yeah.
But if you have limited ammo, limited money, it's not the right move lor.
Get what you can lah. And
Yeah. But in terms of mistakes, right, I can go on and on. Right? I can do like 4-hour segment just on mistakes.
That's a lot of mistakes. Okay. I want to ask you now, for young Malaysians, right? Let's talk about fresh graduates. And they want to start their journey in real estate as investment. So how would you shape their pathway? They are fresh graduates.
Don't.
Where do they start? Don't start.
Until there's 3 things that you need to check, right? Time. A lot of people are like, when's the right time to invest, right? The first one is the market, whether is it in a bull market or in a bull market. That one, it change. But it's easier to look at yourself. Like, are you ready to invest? So when you just come out 21, 22, right? You barely know anything.
Yeah.
So when you are young, I will prioritize flexibility. Suddenly, like when you do this, for example, digital marketing, and you don't like it, you like supply chain management, or you like art, or you like teaching, right? You just go.
Do what you want
Just do what you want first.
while you're young.
Because you need to do that for the remaining 80 over years.
Find your fashion lah, basically.
So the worst thing is if you don't know what you want, and you live every day like Monday feels tired to you, it's a sign, right? And you decided to go and commit yourself to a 35-year loan. Suddenly, 40% of your salary goes to a property that you don't need. Then you exchange active time for misery. Then I don't encourage that at all. So the right thing is to have a stable growth in your career first. Let's say that's why my salary, the salary that I put is around 5,000. 5,000 is around an assistant manager, borderline manager level. So it means that you are in the industry for like 7-8 years already. Then meanwhile, when you are fresh grad to that path, visit as many properties as possible.
Gather all the
Learn about it. Because a lot of people also think that I want to buy property now, sure we can get. The problem is you don't know what you like also. So like there's landed, there's high rise, there's 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom. Which location also you don't know? Because they have the only location they know is all the clubs. Yeah. So where's cool to hang out, the coolest, the best cafes or whatsoever.
Yeah lah, who talks about property at
Yeah,
this age?
yeah. And me lor. That's why no friends.
Okay, like you were raised differently.
Yeah, so because of that, then I do not encourage them until they sort out their career path. Only, but that does not mean you ball all the way. So the saving, that's why when I said like, we need to learn how to save money, right? The more you save, the more opportunities you give yourself to pursue what you want. Suddenly, when I am work 4 years already, my friends come with me with a crazy business idea, but we need like 100,000 capital. But it's gonna change your life. Sorry, don't have.
Obviously.
No, I just changed it into a Civic. Sorry. Yeah, so it's always these stories, and by saving, people laugh at you. By bawling, people praise you. So automatically, people will lean to the bawling side of things, like flex life, right? And I hope that will change, so people will understand the importance. Like when I bought my first property at 22, 23 because I'm very certain that I will climb the corporate ladder back then. So I'm very confident that as the sun will rise, every 28 my salary will come in. So I am very confident that I will make money installments. So because no matter what happens, I will pursue my career in that company. Until I didn't. And that's the uncertainty. So there's a tight slap to my face. You like your current set of things, but what if there's a new manager? What if there's a new boss?
You don't know what's going to happen, right?
Yeah, and sometimes circumstances change also.
Yeah, true.
I have a new kid, I got a new girlfriend, I got a new boyfriend, right? Then suddenly there's this job offer in Thailand. How? So as friends, no one said fresh graduates should be able to afford a property, right? But somehow, people think that degree means wealth.
No, it does not.
Yeah, so narration needs to change as well. Yes.
True. Okay, I'm gonna ask you facts, like a few things. I'm gonna ask you this or that, and then you're gonna answer which one's better for younger Malaysians. Okay, so we start with renting or buying for younger Malaysians.
Rent where you stay. Invest where you own. Sorry, how does it go? What's a cool way to say it?
Cool way to say it.
Yeah. Rent where I stay. Buy where I invest.
Okay. Cool. Okay.
Oh, do I have to narrate now? That's all.
Okay, can. So the next one, condo versus landed. Which one?
It's a very weird thing, lor. Of course, landed. Of course. So how nice if my landed is next to Conley.
For younger people, so condo and landed.
That's why I hope, how I wish there's a general answer to that. So it depends on your pocket lah.
True.
But to me, if I were to choose now, I will choose condo. I will choose high rise. Because all I need is a desk.
It's just the facility.
The rest, right, is all for my family. The whole entire principal bedroom plus ensuite, whatever, for my wife. I will just need like that. Can fit my laptop, can it?
So simple.
Yeah, that's my life lah.
Just get you a room and then.
No need room, also a table, can it?
Okay, just Wi-Fi.
Yes,
right?
Wi-Fi, yes.
Okay, how about project and subsale?
I prefer subsale, but that comes with that comes with a lot of capital. But I like subsale is because I like the certainty of it. Certainty means, like I just bought a subsale lately. I exactly know how much my neighbor is selling for. I know exactly what's my view. I know what's my build up. I know how's the window, who is staying there, the condition. I don't have to guess. And so when you look into the numbers, right? If I buy today, I will make money. Why don't buy? Right? Yeah. But if subsale, there's still this guess. So there's a guesstimation that you could whether you can see or not, it's a whole different thing. So that comes with a lot of need of experience. But Malaysia's developers has switched their pitch over to young first-time home buyers. Yeah. So they don't provide the best properties, they provide the easiest to own properties. People actually forget how difficult it is to buy a property.
Yeah. They just pay and done. They have
now no need to pay also.
Yeah, no down payment. Okay, so this one. First, for younger Malaysians, for property, which is better? First home, own stay, or investment?
Investment.
Rent.
Don't enjoy until you're 28.
Be like him. Be like you.
Don't be. You cannot live my life. Don't. Mine is too extreme already.
Okay. KL and Penang, which is
Ooh. Invest KL, stay Penang.
invest KL, stay Penang. It's nice to stay in Penang.
Yes. Penang is one spot where in one window you get mountain view, in another window you get sea view.
In KL, you just get buildings. Wow.
You hope you get buildings lah. The worst thing is no buildings one. Oh, that's the worst lah.
Open for another building.
But some narration to that is also this theory that I figured out lately is if your job is isolated out or independent of a location, that's the life to go. Means like I don't have a specific space to work in. I can work anywhere I want. Basically, I can live anywhere I can. So maybe Ipoh, maybe Kuantan, maybe Kuala Pilah. You pay 1,500 for a mansion. Why not? Why not?
So you would rather not stay in KL lah? Everything is so...
Okay, like now we are actually in KL, but when's the last time I drive to Pavilion? 8 months ago, I think. Because 8 months ago there was a watch launch, that's why I go. If not, right, I wouldn't go. Like we sometimes, so it's actually lucky for me to not need. I don't have the need to be in a city center. For everyone who works around Jalan Tun Razak, I am so sorry. Your life must be painful.
Yeah, the jam. Oh.
Yeah, so if you can figure out a way to free yourself up from that 6 hours traveling time a day, right? Use that. So it's 5 hours a day on traffic. A week, let's say 5 days working, right? It's 20 hours a week.
Yeah, wasting time on just traffic.
Yeah, then when you multiply that some more, right?
Yeah.
A month is 80 hours.
Wasted just on the road.
So indirectly, you waste like 4 days a week, a month.
Yes. I've done that calculation before.
In the car. That's why it's actually very sad.
Yeah.
And if you can put that into a side business or whatever, right? Or you put yourself. So there's this thing also about time. If you invest into your health, 10 years later you'll be very healthy. If you invest in your fitness, right? 10 years later you look damn buffer, right? Same thing. If you don't invest in your own gig or business, it will never grow. You don't put in your brain, it will never grow. But if you put into your watch collection or your bag collection, it will grow lah. Same thing lah.
Okay, so we're almost coming to an end. So maybe before we do close, you want to give a few advice that you can tell the young Malaysians who want to be a real estate investor?
Spend some time in a channel first.
Your channel.
Because I realized that all this 30-second pitch, right, cannot work for a real estate. Because I spent 6 years doing every day, right?
Yeah,
I still got
videos.
I still haven't finished it. You see, like you give me one short thing, that will talk. That's the complication of property. And the weirdest thing that a lot of people don't want to admit, there's no rule of thumb for properties, man. Because even though, like, let's say if this property can buy, if it's your first property, the entire consideration will be different. If it's my 17th property, considerations are different.
Yeah, definitely.
If you're earning 5,000 versus a 20,000, different.
Yeah. Yes.
Single mother, happily married guy, different. So even if the same schemes, you will have different consideration that leads to different results. So why must they have a... This one confirm can buy. It depends who are you first. That's why the channel is also doing this very weird thing where I answer every question individually for an hour.
Asking Sean.
Yeah.
Asking Sean.
So when you read, the more I read, right, the more uncertain I am. Because like, as a 63-year-old, I want to buy this property. How, 63, like you can take 10 years loan. How is 10 years loan like, Right? And Uncle, what you want to buy? 63, just rent, Not much time left anyway. Right? Then you have like a 21-year-old, I want to buy property. My daddy said can buy. I want to buy landed, like all this narration. So, and that's why there's no specific formula. So I would encourage, since it's free, go check it out first.
Check it out. It's iherng, right?
Yes.
Okay. And another one, last one. What would you tell someone who wants to start their journey in real estate as a property agent?
Agent.
Yes, agent.
work really, really hard because 4 years later, there are people younger than you who's willing to work harder than you. But the problem is for agents. So if you want to start, just work hard lah. But I have more words to say for seasoned ones. Eventually, when you work for 3 years already, you got your money, right? But you dare not buy property because the income is uncertain.
Yeah. Agent.
So to do recruitment, I spend a lot on my cars. So people want to join me.
Flex.
Yeah, to flex, right? Then eventually, you have new technologies like AI. You have new technologies like Facebook, social media and all. You will get kicked out. You will be eliminated with a car on your name only. Then if you want to go back to normal payday job, 9 to 5 jobs, you cannot. Because you are so used to the free time. And unfortunately, and if you don't do branding, real estate is this thing like the first day agent versus a 10 years agent, right? Standing right there next to the skill model, right? They are the same one. It doesn't matter to the end consumer who I buy it from.
Yeah.
Until you figure out your brand. So
There's
imagine,
no difference, right?
yeah, imagine Sean today, right? Oh, today I decide to join IQI. Let's say lah. Guess what will happen?
A lot of people look for you lah.
The entire 1,000 videos, right? All is my phone number. Do I need to cold call? Do I need to do listings? No.
They just look for you.
Yeah. So that's a way that I hope seasoned ones will think about.
Branding.
Instead of just glamorizing busy. Oh, very busy. I need to hand over key here. I need to go and see this client. Busy. But if you don't think about your future, right? Future is going to eat you up.
Sure. Branding is very important. Okay, I think that's about it, Sean.
Yay! Sorry for talking so much.
It's okay, it's very good for this podcast. Okay, anyways, thank you for joining us and being a guest on our show and for sharing all your property stories. And also, thank you for our listeners for tuning in, and we hope that you had fun and you finished watching this feeling very refreshed and inspired to buy property. Maybe. So be sure to subscribe to IQI Global YouTube channel, and you can listen to this podcast on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and Google Podcasts. We'll see you in the next CxO Real Talk. Until then, take care.